What's up, everybody? It is Matt from ElectricAllWheel, and today we have the Lectric XPress 750. Now, this bike has a 750 watt rear hub. My first e-bike was a 27.5, and I really liked it. Gotta tell you though, these handlebars are not gonna work for me. It makes me feel like I'm squished in. So long run I would have to straighten them out. We are going to add a second 48-volt battery, down tube battery on the body here of the step through, and do an external mount of the balancer kit for the Lectric XPress. We are super excited about that. Stick around to the end of the video where we will give you some range calculations utilizing the Mica Toll constant. If you haven't already, give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. It is our primary, and if you're in the area, check out E-Bikes of Tampa Bay, Florida. Get in that Facebook group, make an event, and go for a ride with your friends. And one last thing, if you're gonna do a bike like this and you're gonna make an extended range dual battery bike, get a suspension seat post. You can thank me later. Yes, the seat itself is a Cloud9 and it has suspension. Get the suspension seat post. It makes a world of difference. Check it out. This is a 31.8 millimeter diameter post. So we have a shim on this with a 27.2 bike case suspension seat post and a Cloud9 seat. Let's get to it. Here's what we're looking at. These are your plate connectors for the battery. That's where we're going in. This is your locking mechanism. The keys only work for security of the battery. It does not do an on-off. We're likely going to need to take the motor loose. So the motor cable's back here. We're going to loosen this so we can get some slack. We're going to undo this plate and then bring it out. Undo this one back here so I can actually get to it and loosen it up. So the metal ring loosens to the motor side. Right, there's our slack. So here it's 3 screws, 1, 2, and then 3 on the back. And be careful about touching a metal screwdriver like this to your pins in case the controller is holding a charge. So I'm gonna need to undo the rear brake light connector because that is the next cable under tension. And that'll should give me just enough room. Yes, it does. So I just undid the brake light right here. This connection, I didn't cut any zip ties. I just undid it and then brought the slack to the controller. Okay, I'm gonna grab my 40 amp kit. I know my man Richard Lewis is gonna do this. There's probably a couple more of you that will. It looks like there will be enough room inside there, but I want it external. Also, if you do it external, you can get the DX2 and then have the USB accessory close and control over that. The way you would do it if you put the 40 amp balancer inside is the male out of the balancer. So out goes here to the controller. You take your plate and plug that in. And then you would run one of your extension cables from the kit. Make sure that you get the right end so that it can plug into the balancer, and you'll run that through the housing here. There we go. And we'll take that, we'll plug it in right there. We have our end out. Oh yeah, you can definitely get some closure on that. Okay, point proven. We get this out, everything is fine. Looks like you can do an internal install with a 40 amp. Now for an external install, I'm going to take my other extension cable. I'm going to put the opposite end in. So I'm going to have one male, one female end inside the compartment. Okay. So once you get your two cables in, you're going to take your male end and you're just going to plug it in to the controller. I'm going to take the other end and plug it into the plate. Now we got all that squared away. Now I need to get my motor cable back in line. Before I go, I'm going to get these cables tied to the main pieces here. So I'm going to keep them at the same length and I'm just going to zip up everything down here. Then I'm going to put those one by one right through this hole here, the smaller one. All right, my next move is to take out these bottle cage screws. I'm going to take my down tube battery and I'm just going to remove the mounting plate. And oddly enough, I'm always warning about these screws being too deep, but these look like they're going to work. I just want to say thank you, Lectric. I've been noticing also that there may be play, right? Like the battery may flex a little bit and tap the bottom. On the XP 2.0, we did this and it bounced. And what I found is the best solution for this is this industrial Gorilla double-sided tape. And I just give it 2 folds of this and I tuck it underneath here and it works wonders. It sticks well, it actually binds greater, and then if you have to remove it, it doesn't damage the paint. There's that. So for this application, we're going to use the bi-case beetle bag. You've seen this before. It's our favorite for applying an external balancer, and it works really well for holding USB adapter if you do the DX2 install. Now I'm going to install it upside down. I think that's okay. We have our 2 plugs from our install right here. I'm going to take a second set of extension cables. These are the 14 AWG. The second set, you have to get extra. You do get a pair with the kit, but you need 2 for an install like this. Perfect. And then what I'll do is just take and plug one. You can't really mess this up on the balancer. Just plug them in where it fits. And then this last plug is for the external battery. Take that. All I'm doing is trying to get them behind this strap. Now what I'm going to do is take and bind the battery. I'm going to take and bind the battery extension cable and these two right here at the bag so they kind of support each other, leaving all the excess cabling inside. So if you use this kind of method, you might install a Tidy Helper cable clip that will help hold down this cable right here, and then that will just add some more security. But I think I'm okay with how this is, but they do have these and they are black, so that's always a plus. So this is really good. It's double-sided, just like the Gorilla Tape. So if you have the Gorilla Tape in this and this messes up, you can just make another application. It has been a great help for a lot of bikes. Let's see if we have power. There it is on the new electric color display. Let's do this so you can tell that there is no factory battery. And that's throttle. Perfect. By doing that, I kept the bike on. Perfect. Okay, I wanted to demonstrate a little something different. We do sell the DX2. It's dual input, dual output, so if you have a dual motor, this will handle it. It's 30 amp nominal, 60 amp max. It comes with 14 AWG wiring as a complementary accessory with the kit, so you cannot use this with a high current output bike, but it'll be just fine for the Express. Actually, you can use this with a high current output bike, but you cannot use it with just the 14 AWG wire. You need to get up to the 12 AWG, which we sell in the ElectricAllWheel store. To demonstrate the use of this, it will be the same application, same everything, really. And then you will just plug in where it works. Perfect. And then what I want to show you is we have this open area with an output. And if you need some more USB connections, this bike does come with the USB connector underneath the display. We have the dual USB, which you can connect here on the DX2. And then suddenly you have dual USB output and a nice area to put all of that. So there are your plugs. Awesome. Don't forget to redo your lights. Well, there you have it. We have successfully installed a second 15 amp hour battery on the down tube of this Lectric Express 750 watt rear hub. I know a lot of you stuck around for the range calculation, so let's just get to it. So the original battery is 14 amp hours, and this is a 15 amp hour aftermarket battery. So 14 plus 15 equals 29 amp hours, and multiply that by 48, and you get 1,392 watt hours. You'll divide that by 25, and 25 is the Mica toll constant, which says it's 25 watt hours per mile ridden at 20 miles an hour, throttle only, and you get 55.68 miles with this Lectric Express. Oh my gosh, torque sensing, all the goodies. It has that horizontal thumb throttle I'm not a big fan of. If you're interested in a vertical thumb throttle, we think we have the kit for you. We have the ElectricAllWheel Electric Apis Fit vertical thumb throttle where you could just scoot over your gear and then install it on your handlebars, and you will have the separate version of their thumb throttle. You guys, again, are going to be adding a second battery. I promise you, a suspension seat post is where it's at. We chose Bike Case because of their testing standards. They do have a setup with the shim, 27.2, 31.8 shim for this 27.2 suspension seat post. Perfect kit. We will leave a link for that in the description below. If you haven't already, give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. It is our primary, and if you're in the area, check out E-Bikes of Tampa Bay, Florida. And if you like that group, also check out St. Pete Float Fleet. They have some awesome rides on Thursday. Those are definitely worth going. And then Tuesday Float Crew, I believe, is the Tampa Float Crew. Goes out on Tuesday nights and sometimes Saturdays. There's a lot of guys that want to ride multiple times a week. So if you join the groups, get in there, check those out. They're there. The crews are mixed-use PEVs, and anything coming out of E-Bikes of Tampa Bay, Florida is predominantly e-bikes. We actually post for Let's Glow Riding as well, and those are evening rides on Saturdays with glow lights. They're great. Good fun for the family and everyone to enjoy it, and it's cool. It's nice and cool. We will talk to you next time.